Tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right? Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true. Oh, right. Back to business. It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon, quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is alright.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Where should I start? Well, I've never been one to beat around the bush, you know. But who could have possibly guessed that the god... If it weren't for that lovely little rite of parting ceremony you put together, it would have taken me a whole lot longer to get the information. Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my... She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to either way, we now come to my fate, the battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for...
You could say... When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral, instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow, and when she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and... But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me. Not... Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live up to it. This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Retribution!
Passable effort.
Prepare to be blown away!
Try this.
Windblade! Speed of light!
You've made some progress. So quick to flee. Passable effort. verdict is... How unbecoming.
Cut to the chase.
Not bad, not bad. Guess I should take you more serious. Haha, good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. Gotcha.
Don't blink.
You've got some skills.
Incoming.
The price of a single slip. No use hiding back there.
Burn!
Speed of light. Hey!
Crush you! Raging tide! All you do is run. Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you!
I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back?
information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose. No matter. And the nose is over. Now, don't make me take it from you.
We didn't... Take it? I can keep going.
Verdict is...
With sword comes shadow.
Devour!
Incoming. Ha. Ah. Windblade. Don't blink. Speed of light. Incoming.
Die here.
I knew this day would come.
Windblade.
For retribution!
Change of plan. Hey! Nowhere to hide. Don't blink. Speed of light.
Shatter!
We're a stranger. Forever.
Die here.
Right idea. Wrong.
You're a cut above.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't—
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you and Mons. You already know the answer, don't you? I can but if that is a secret you wish to keep, this battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must— In fact, in my—
What? So you mean that—
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of As such, we must now look to our backup.
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strife. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as for
So what are you planning to—
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Gui.
A god?
Osile, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GRR. If such an ancient god would be unleashed upon— Do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War and—
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey! Those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now! The Fatui have been researching them!
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed, using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes— Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Nira, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone! That guy is fast! What's going on? Exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed a lip.
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were—
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, We have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pin in Paimon.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like... So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessary.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the Guardians of Liyue!
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista and as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinker...
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to... We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins... Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
I see through you! Looks like I went too far. Have a load of this! Let's move.
Time for retribution!
That seemed to attack me a killjoy! We've only just begun!
Incoming! Hey!
What is that?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
It is time for burn!
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We kill them!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian Karst. Wow, it's Madame Pink's shockwave. This granny's really strong. Right this off the side. Go! Twin blade.
Disgusting.
I miscalculated.
This should be fun. My duty at an end.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Yes. This burn.
Prepare to be blown away!
Look at me. Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak! In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Looks like I went too far.
Ha! Be gone!
Time for retribution!
This isn't good. I guess this is it.
Just once.
Speed of light, with sword comes shadow. The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then. At first, it was only the size of a small room. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, even to this very day, but that does not mean that the do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land.
Are you questioning our means of protecting
I mean no offense. I simply hope that...
Forebears, you say? One doubt...
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had but I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outland?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlet.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the
Huh? Why does everyone look so down?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next land.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead the
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city, one fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have... Fair enough. Away we shall...
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall But how will we ensure that...
All right, Mooncarver, you need...
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that? Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
I'll keep this close.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to North...
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and make sure that
You call this cooperation between Harbingers. Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the form? Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House, so it might be best to keep things peaceful.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map.
Paimon knew that we should never—
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against— Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for nothing personal. We just have— The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually—
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou...
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chia? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give—
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with—
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I found even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of— I stood motionless among the—
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising. That's right. Which is why I continue—
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear—
Of course. And it would have been all— Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Credit is also due to Senora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill. This meant I could remain as Zhongli. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's
Huh? That doesn't sound—
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it—
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this. Wreaking— If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon,
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zappolyarny Palace and seek an
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea.
Realistically speaking, there is no...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless... My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to... As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself.
Paimon can't absorb so much So, Zhongli, what sort of contract did you sign with the
One of the clauses of our contract was not to divulge...
You're... Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really...
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
The Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that wicked, black-hearted scoundrel. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement. Let's hear what the Ministry of Civil Affairs has to say first.
Please be mindful of your personal safety.
Hear ye all! The Chising's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said. So that's how there's... Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But, did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the... it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis' soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract.
3,700 years of contracts burned.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous, but blinded by our prosperity.
The long, unending dream of our Archon.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, will you stand with us as we re-establish our contract?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
And to think I'd put my best perfume on before but it seems as if those... Well, that's...
Perhaps mementos for...
As for the mortal...
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up, and here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the... Right, if the two of you can spare the time...
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli.
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack...
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by this. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were split, since you weren't used to not being able to just...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely... The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true... I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No...
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Anemo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop... I hinted as much to the Adepti as... How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particular... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to... Kuching is absolutely right in saying this. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's... Could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation.
Children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done so much for Liyue Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I...
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you must... When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you are... That simply... Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as... Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? I will not go. The teapot that you entered previous...
So, in the eyes of an...
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as... but that's enough nostalgia for now.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're...
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running, What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Well, for starters, I require some You would have to dig downward, following the route, but almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil, and even more difficult. In any case, Smaragdus jadeite is an Adepti treasure, and the Adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended contact with... goodness knows if that child was...
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an Adeptus too, right?
Yes.
She counts?
Oh, maybe so. Who can...
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This Yenfei, I believe you've already heard of the Traveler and her traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the... You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millelith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millelith at Julian Karst and before finally defeating an ancient god to get... A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous...
All right, Yenfei, all right. Let's get to the business. You'll have to excuse Yenfei.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my... They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys...
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Even contributed... Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much.
Is that so? But Smaragda, Yenfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue great...
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go. But, hold on a moment.
Whoa, that's a really thick book.
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya Krusel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came... He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some... So, I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best...
Wow, an Adeptus best we be a little more careful.
Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly? Is that so? Another person to count on is...
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guy.
Ah, yes. I do have some information. Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is. There's been a certain blonde...
Blonde. Dress is all funny. It feels like Paimon... Wait! Do you mean... Does that stranger's face look anything like...
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This stranger is a very tall man, and even has an...
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with Kaya?
That stranger declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know anything about the relationship between him and Mr. Kaya. Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested. Perhaps, after all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited, and should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey. Please don't talk down on yourself like that. You are the honorary knight of the Knights of... Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bar... Well, as to further news, he stands guard at the city gate. I wish you every...
Honorary knight. Is something the matter? A stranger with an eye patch. Let me think. Oh yeah, I remember seeing someone like that. He was wandering all over Mondstadt at first, which I found rather suspicious. So I decided to keep an eye. I lost him pretty quickly. Still, I didn't think that this was such a huge matter that we needed our outrider to pursue him by air. As long as Master Jean is here, there's nothing to fear from some
That might be true, but if it...
That is true. Anyways, oh yeah, you should go ask him. Maybe he has more news about our...
Why? You need something? Here, I remember him. He showed up a few days ago asking to buy... Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he mentioned, though. He then had a look at the weapons in my shop before leaving. I've heard that he can be found drinking at the Angel's Share. If the Knights of the Guild want to get hold of him, that's the only...
The Angel's Share? Well, Master Diluc probably has his eye on that string. Anyway, let's go to the...
What will it be? Grape juice or apple cider?
Hey, Charles! Have you seen a blonde stranger who wears an eye patch?
That I have. He comes here every night. Just to drink, though. He even sometimes mixes his own drinks after he orders them. I don't know anything else about him, but from his selections and mixes.
And what's Master D-Luke's opinion?
Why, I just gave it to you.
Investigating everything as always. Guess that...
If you're looking for that gentleman, he ordered some new bottle of wine in advance yesterday. So he should be here today, too. There's too many raucous patrons on the first floor, so if you want to wait... Ah, welcome, sir. The wine that you previously ordered is here.
He's really here? Let's go downstairs and...
Drink some more. Hey, go on, drink some more.
Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
A traveler, you say? Why are you traveling? Well, that's as good a reason as it.
So...
That little one beside you.
Uh-huh, we're the best of friends.
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels. My name's Dainsleif. I suppose you have some... Sure.
And he was so cold just a moment before.
But I will require advance payment. 500 mora, and 3 answered questions. The 500 is a one-time fee, and we'll settle the question. That's it.
Well, now Paimon's got a really bad feeling. That kind of compensation.
Ah, thank you. Now as for my questions, I'd like you to answer them here and now. The answer to a question says nothing about right and wrong. I only wish to know what your choices are. You need... Question 1. The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance between yourself and that Animo Archon who calls himself Venti. Who, in your view, was the key to ending that crisis? I know everything that I should. Well, answer the question. Is that your answer? Question number 2. Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia on end, used his gnosis to lay down a contract to end all contracts, of which the stipulations are... Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity? So that's your answer? Now for my final. This world has people who gained visions, and those who did not. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods? So, this is... It seems that you're different from him. I'll take that 500 mora. And, that said, I only take commissions like you, I am currently on a journey. You intend to find your those creatures that serve the Abyss. I have come to Mondstadt this time while on the trail of an Abyss Herald.
An Abyss Herald?
An even more twisted abyssal being. One that commands...
Oh, that's right! We've just been fighting against the Fatui and Liyue, who we haven't encountered the non-human Abyss Order.
There's some reason behind that, It's possible that they may have been under orders to avoid your path.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Maybe they're looking for a better time to ambush. Uh-huh, we're super...
That manner, it's just like his. Well then, let's go see for ourselves, shall we? According to the leads I have on hand, the Abyss Order has re-infiltrated. Let's meet up at the temple. Perhaps your questions about the Abyss will be answered there. This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the Abyss. The Falcon of the West. Though it can soar in the wind, it ultimately does... Oh, it's nothing. Let's head inside.
Oh, how exciting!
The scent of the Abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Prepare to be blown away! Don't blink!
Leave it all to me.
Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Speed of light. Hey!
Steady as stone. Time to clean up.
Wind blade.
Burning dish?
Don't blink. Cut to the chase. Speed of light. Hey! Wind blade. Prepare to be blown away.
Just a few abyss mages? Seems like that herald might have already... The abyss. It is chaos. And it is also destruction. It is... That is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, and the creatures of the abyss desire nothing less than...
You seem to know a lot about the abyss.
Well, we do have some history. I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. Judging by the traces I'm following, their next appearance may be within the territory of that old wolf. Perhaps we may find our Abyss Herald there.
Everything's ready. Let's go! Well, we're in Wolfendom now. Think Dane's waiting for us up ahead? We should meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Lord of Wolvendom, great Wolf King of the North, sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here only. No, nor does it know. I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped.
Well, where do we begin? Are you standing here because of these strange bonfires?
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flames? Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere.
Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kinda scary. Let's beat them up first. Just like we rehearsed. Go!
Wingblade! Incoming! Nowhere to hide. Speed of light!
Whew, that's that! Let's go check out that bonfire!
Wingblade!
Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss. Looks like the Abyss really has... Yikes! Where did these monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick!
Prepare to be blown away!
Have you finished searching? I searched around these parts and found some signs myself, but they were left behind by Abyss mages. It seems that even an Abyss Herald would not wish to make trouble with the... We should leave as well. If there's anything praiseworthy about that old wolf, it's his...
But now
No. There is one. Let's get a move on then. I'll wait for you.
Better than nothing.
I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis. When you came, this place was known as Storm Terror's Lair. But I suppose that this place is more lair than... In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin has had largely nothing to do with that dragon for a long time. The first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of Old Mondstadt, the Dragon of the East had yet to fall.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Dvalin first got in trouble hundreds of years ago.
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, then they will not neglect those. Let's go see what the situation is at the...
Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there.
Time for retribution!
Be gone!
Is that all you've got?
With sword comes shadow. Incoming.
Time for retribution!
Just like we rehearsed! Fly!
Wingblade! Yeah!
Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame, exactly.
No, you're right. If it's a really powerful monster, it...
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them. Once upon a time, yes. I simply have experience from adventuring together with that traveling companion.
You know, Dane, you keep talking about that person this and that person that. Where are they now,
He no longer I'm afraid that traveling can be too
Oh, is that how it is? Well...
I still have some things left unfinished. Once they are done, I too will return home to...
Yep! And it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? We can't... Hey! Once you find your sibling, we should find a place to stay too, shouldn't we? Mondstadt's Fisherman's Toast is pretty tasty. Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay once your journey reaches its end. While you're still traveling, you should...
Huh? What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well. Whichever it is, we should see it for ourselves, and thus see clearly. We can reach the top of that cliff from over there.
Oh, Dane moves really fast. Doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up.
Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around here. No mom.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different from the last time I was here. My traveling companion brought me here on our previous journey.
So, Dane, what about...
Me? I merely followed my traveling companion around on that journey. Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here? No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out. Huh? You mean your brother? But how could that be? You only touched that dandelion for a second.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent. As for why, is it perhaps experience?
You're saying...
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. At least you now know that he is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to... Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind. May you find your kin at the end of that journey. Well then, let us part...
Huh?
Only for now. Don't worry. After all, I did take 500 mora and those 3 answers.
Oh, yes! Yes, the 7 dragons. God, still. Oh, Traveler, it's you.
Huh? Ganyu, what are you doing here with...
Hello. We were just discussing the treasure hoarder.
Yes. We were just saying how even the odd...
But we recently received intel from the Ministry of Civil Affairs that 2 big-time treasure hoarders in Liyue...
2 big-time treasure hoarders?
Yes. They're known as Big Sis of the South and Raptor of the North.
Oh, Raptor! Paimon remembers he tried to run away from Amber and Mondstadt. But...
You were correct. Some say that the god of thieves even bestowed a gift...
Anyway, the treasure hoarders discovered some previously unexplored routes. Despite how dangerous that makes it, all the treasure hoarders can think about is what kinds of treasure could be inside. They have already devised a plan. They will send out a decoy to divert the...
To this end, Big Sis and Raptor have reportedly recruited a certain Grand Thief.
Grand Thief?
Oh, indeed. The Grand Thief is highly respected in the treasure hoarders, in the same way that we adventurers look up to great adventurers. Ah, so you're familiar with the author of the Tevat Travel Guide, then? Correct. So, despite being relative big-timers in Liyue and Mondstadt, Big Sis and Raptor had to put in a lot of work to convince a thief of his status to come and personally oversee this operation.
With the major changes in Liyue recently, the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the Millelith already have their hands full. They don't have any time to investigate rumors about treasure hoarder activity. But anything related to the Abyss makes me feel like there is some unknown danger lurking beneath the surface. So I decided to come to the Adventurers Guild to post a commission.
Leave this commission...
Oh, thank you.
Good to see this in the hands of a reliable guild member. Well then, good luck.
Tasks have been handed out. How relaxing. Hello, Mr. Crossell.
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei.
You're too kind.
Miss Yanfei.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the...
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhiqiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus...
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable.
Of course. This way, but...
In that case, might you know where...
Oh, of course.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell. We'll...
You can't beat the atmosphere here.